Hello everyone, welcome back to the ShoeBox with Mr. E. Last time we talked about some of the things that married Nigerians do or say around their single friends that are unfair and off-putting. If you did not watch that episode of the ShoeBox, kindly click the link below or at the end of this video so you can catch up on that episode. This week, Mr. E wants to talk about some of the not good enough reasons why Nigerians get married. As juicy as this is going to sound, it will also hurt. So, disclaimer, there is no intention to attack any individuals or group of individuals. However, if you feel attacked, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. So, you don't finish school, you don't graduate, can't get better job. Well, at least job where they pay like 75k. Momsy and popsy don't the reason say your life don't set. Say next thing now for you to marry. Worst case scenario, if you don't even be momsy and popsy, if it be your uncles and aunts, then we don't make your matter their own matter. And then they drink Panadol for your headache. You know good, make you can't abandon your own timetable, can't they follow their timetable. The question you need to ask yourself is, yes, I know my parents care about me. I know they want the best for me. They always think the best thoughts for me. But is it right for me to get married now because my parents think I should get married now? I should start having children so they can have grandchildren. Well, if you're the first child, male or female, my heart goes out to you because I know the pressure can be enormous. But don't let that break you. You need to ask yourself if you are at the right place at the right time in your life to get married. Now, some married people I've talked to, they said there is never a perfect time to get married, that it's best to just jump into it and then figure things out as you go. I don't think that's a very good advice to take. You need to have some basic structure in place before you get married. So if the time is not right for you, but maybe seems right to your parents, well, it's not good enough for you to abandon your timetable and your own voice of reason and just listen to your parents. It may be wise for you to sit with them and have that conversation and let them see from your own point of view why you're not ready to get married just because they think you're ready and should get married. The other not good enough reason why some Nigerians get married is simply because Masha answer Mrs. Somebody, Masha answer person husband. So that is just it. It's just a kind of a titular reason or titular reason. It's just Mr. and Mrs. They just want that title. Or at least most of my friends have done it. Maybe peer pressure no kill you. Should be all your friends done they do and no means you will go do. And there are a lot of things that your friends are doing that you are not doing. For example, some of your friends have investments that rank up to millions. Are you investing that much? Well, if you're going to be, borrowing a leaf from your friends, my friends are doing it. You might as well borrow all the leaves from your friends' books and do everything they are doing. Some of your friends don't have kids. Some of your friends have 10 kids. Or they live abroad. Or their lives are even worse than yours. So do you want to do everything your friends do? Don't cower. Don't let peer pressure break you. You need to be your own voice of reason, or at least listen to someone else's who isn't just simply pressuring you into doing something that you know deep within yourself you're not ready to do or to get involved in. Point number 3. Well, I don't finish school. I don't get a job. So what's next? What am I waiting for? This is now you pressuring yourself into getting married because you think that marriage is the next logical step in your life. Well, if it is and it makes sense and you're ready for it and you have someone whom you are really and deeply in love with and you see a future with, by all means, go for it. But if at this time you're just thinking it's just marriage, then I just think it's wishful thinking. You don't really have a good enough reason for you to get married. It's just a case of, it's just, let me take this off my bucket list and get married and then settle down. That isn't what you should be doing. You should be thinking this whole thing through. The other matter is say, if your parents go home saying, pepper rested, they will point threaten you say, if you no marry, I no go write you enter my will, as in no marriage, no inheritance. The back on get better conglomerate as in if you die, you no go enter in board of directors. CEO no go reach you. They could just use that one like that. They could use that one blackmail to make you married. It's not just a male, kind of a situation. Females also get blackmailed into getting married for several reasons, which we will explore later. But guys, these are not good enough reasons for people to get married. Number 5, I want to run for a political office. Well, it is such a shame that our society is set up in a way that single people are not viewed responsible enough to hold political offices or public offices. So you're required to get married so people can say, oh, he's responsible, he has a wife. And even when you are married, you're still required in some cases to have a child. So if the reason you're getting married is because you want to run for a political office, I don't think that's reason enough. So what happens then if you don't succeed? What happens then if they can't, sack you, come on, say because Oga, the no voter enter again and then the aspirations die? Closely linked to advancing one's political career is also advancing one's religious or ministerial career. Well, every daddy Geo is married. So some people who are not married in churches, I don't know how you are going to move from being an usher to a deacon/deaconess and then eventually become an elder or a pastor. Even when you become a pastor, will you be ordained? So marriage is kind of a prerequisite for progressing in your religious or pastoral/ministerial career. For those of you who are active in churches and you want to vie for positions. So I don't know if it is a good enough reason to get married. It's a question you need to really ask yourself though. Am I doing this because I want it or just because I want to attain this level in the church? Number 7, get married. It will make you responsible. At least this is what some parents tell their sons. And by this, they mean that women or their wives are rehabilitation centers. I don't know how much of a rehabilitation our moms did on our dads, but guys, if you're not responsible in your single days or being single, getting married is not guaranteed to change that. You need to be a responsible man, be accountable to yourselves and for your action before you can decide to bring someone else into your space. It's not fair on the lady. And ladies, I know some of you actually say, oh, when I find the right man, I will settle. When say you're never ready to settle. But guys, seriously, marriage is not guaranteed to make you a responsible human being or a responsible adult in general. Another selfish reason why people get married is, oh, let's forge political, religious, or cultural alliance. Wow. So the vice president's daughter gets married to the Senate president's son, and you see how the political career of their children progress. Or Daddy Gio's son gets married to another Daddy Gio's daughter, and it's like the two kingdoms of two ministries have been merged. They become powerhouses in society. Culturally, say the princess and the prince of another kingdom or community get married. So you see, people kind of want to get married to forge these alliances because for some sort of stability or for some social image or political image, they want to protect what they already have. They're not willing to get out of their bubble and marry down. But these are not good enough reasons for people to get married. At least that's what I think. Number 9, and this would not come to you as a surprise. This one, heavy to talk. Some people get married because they want to. Not tossing I mean tell you, conceal or hide something, their sexuality. It's okay if you're not feeling anything for a guy. Bros, it's okay if you're not feeling anything for a girl. But getting married just to hide that, you're bringing an innocent, unsuspecting human into your space. That is selfishness, that is wickedness. There is something called beards where you can get married to someone of the same sexual attraction and you two can conceal your sexuality and it works. Just don't punish an innocent soul. Don't get married for that reason. It is selfish and it is soul destroying. Number 10, and one of the most selfish reasons why people get married is I want to have children of my own. As if that guarantees that you'll be a good parent. So I was talking to some married people and they said, unlike driving and maybe even swimming, that getting married is not, and having children is not a guarantee that you'll be a great parent. There is no license, there's no way of testing that you'll be a great parent. So If your reason for getting married is having a child or having children, it is very selfish. There are other ways of being a parent to having children. Have you considered surrogacy? I mean, adoption is an option anyway. I know some of you will be like, I want it to be my own gene, but surrogacy is there. So try that, and maybe that could, help you better realize that maybe you're getting married for the wrong reason. Number 11. This one, married people share. Are they envy on us sometimes? As in, you guys can call on yourselves not go knack. No guilty conscience. So some people want to get married just because they want to finally have sexual relations without any guilt, and to do so at all times without any guilt. Well, for single people like me, when weather don't reach like that as it be, when they talk weather for two, we go shower, wear warm clothes, drink hot tea, come cover ourselves with duvet. Other times, we just sprinkle small blood of Jesus, make it keep us warm because we know one sin. So guys, look, I know some of you are not really religious, so you can have sexual relations without feeling guilty about it. But for my religious folks, yes, it's okay if you can't keep yourself without committing sin or without falling into a sin of the flesh. Get married. I actually think this one is maybe not really a selfish reason, and maybe one of those good enough reasons why people get married. Just as long as the person you're getting married to is aware that you guys are getting into this primarily for sex. Number 12, and probably the last not so good enough reason why people get married is because of financial reasons. People want to get married out of their status or station. Marrying upward is a thing. It wasn't just in the medieval times or Elizabethan or Victorian times. It is something that's very much in vogue. You know, we see farmer picking, we want to marry farmer picking. Everybody shall marry person with more money. The guys are looking for girls from rich families. The girls are looking for already made men. So it's as if success has become, contagious. So you get married to a rich man, you become rich. So guys, wealth vanishes. Something would happen, and that the investment will just crumble, and your husband will fall from that status to a different and a much lower station. How are you going to cope? Or your wife's family, becomes, their political career, suffers a political erectile dysfunction. They can't get up there anymore. So you're obviously going to realize that you don't love this person. You only marry them for selfish reasons. So having said this, I think there are obviously very good reasons to get married, and we will be talking about this in the next or subsequent episode of the ShoeBox. There are very good and cogent reasons for people to want to get married. And for those of you who are married and your marriage has survived the test of time, or you guys are patching it, I'm really, really proud of you. I can't do it. So however you guys are able to put it together, to our level. But for those of us who want to get married, the question is, do you have a reason that would outlast all of these things that I have outlined? Because they all seem to be material and ephemeral to me. So guys, remember, from this end, it is a no judgment zone. It is all about the truth, all about the gist with Mr. E. Until next time, remember that COVID-19 is still a thing. But one thing I want you guys to do for me is like this video, comment on this video, and share it so that ministry will finally go permanent sight. Thank you.